Hello and welcome to my next chess video. This time I show you the game between Monarch 1.7 versus Stockfish from the 1st of May 2018, the development version. Stockfish with black, Monarch the sovereign with white, and I let them play this position, which is a variation of the Spanish opening with g6, and this arises after the moves e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, and now g6, which is currently very popular. And yeah, let's see, among top players, so there should be something in it. Let's see what the sovereign comes up with here. Normal moves are d4 or castling, but the sovereign calculates d3, which should also be possible, but let's see. I'll smoke a cigarette and then I'll be back soon. So, okay, what do we have here? We have the move d3. Let's see what Stockfish comes up with here, and let's see both evaluations, what they think about this position. Stockfish thinks it's equal, and the sovereign also thinks it's equal, so it should be around equal. Stockfish plays the move knight to e7, because now the threat was bishop takes knight, followed by knight takes pawn here. This prevents that. And now it's the sovereign's move. Let's see, possible moves are castling on knight c3 or bishop to g5. Those moves I would consider. I'll be back in a second. We have the move c5, c4 by the sovereign. So what have we got here? Bishop here, knight c3 and castles by Stockfish. So normal developing moves. Now I would go for bishop g5, most probably. Let's see what the sovereign comes up with here with white. I of course let them play without book or table bases, so both engines are on their own. Sovereign plays the move knight to d5 now, and Stockfish is calculating the move d6. So let's see, d6, bishop here, pin the knight, but then just h3, right? And if bishop takes, then knight takes, and you can go f5 next. Also c6 is a threat, so yeah, but putting the knight on a better square is always useful. See, yeah, we have the move d6. Now the sovereign is calculating castles. Let's again see both evaluations. Stockfish is right now on minus 0.64 and the sovereign is on even, so something went wrong for the sovereign here in the opening. Queen b3 is its calculation, followed by bishop e6 and bishop to d2 now. Now it changes its mind to castling. Castling seems more normal. But then you kind of have to face with f5. Yeah, well, bishop g5, h6, so you have to capture. Pawn captures, and now you have to go back with the bishop. Now maybe even c6, kick the knight and play that move, followed by bishop g4, and black has a very strong attack in my eyes, so maybe something like this. Let's see. We have to move castles, and now bishop g4 is what Stockfish is calculating, threatening knight to d5, d4. So h6 takes knight here, but then you have to face with knight check and queen there. Yeah, well, okay, you kind of get the bishop back. Okay, but this is not how you want to play this. Okay, h3. Most probably bishop g3, h3, bishop g4, h3. Now bishop takes f3 is calculated, followed by queen takes most probably, and then f4, f5 takes, and maybe even rook takes, or still pawn takes. We'll see. Let's check both variations. Let's start with pawn takes first, then bishop here. Threatening bishop takes followed by knight takes, and there is now no h6 because of that move. So probably f5 followed by rook takes. Then the queen has to move. Where does the queen go? See, let's say it goes to here. Then probably knight takes, pawn takes, and knight here, threatening the bishop, so the bishop moves. But then you can get it with b5 even. But the sovereign calculates g takes f3, which is probably not wise to take with the g pawn, because now f5 will come with decisive effect. Or even knight takes here, followed by knight here, attacking the bishop. Let's say the bishop doesn't move. Here we have g takes, and now knight d4 is what Stockfish is calculating. Knight d4, going after this fork. This is now threatened, this move, which would fork two pieces. So Stockfish might have to go back now. c6 can be played anyway. Kick this knight. c6 takes. Then what? White's position seems maybe some counterplay with b4. And queen here attacking this pawn, king there, and queen here now double attacking that one. So you'd have to defend with the king, so maybe even king here immediately. But then maybe f4, f5 I mean, and if takes then rook takes, and now you cannot defend this pawn anymore. So you'd have to allow either takes or f4. Yeah, looks bad here for white. Let's see both evaluations. Stockfish is on minus 2.47. The sovereign is still on even. We have to move bishop here. At e7, c6 is now calculated. So bishop a4, going out of this threat. Knight here. Maybe even knight here to here, and this knight joins into that square, so this would then Stockfish would have two very good knights. Bishop e3 is now what the sovereign is calculating. Let's go with bishop e3. I would go with f5. Bishop takes, knight takes. C takes, this doesn't look good, because now this pawn is hanging, and you can check here. and play knight takes, or even rook takes, which is kind of better, because now mate is threatened. Have to go here, and now queen there ends the game, because there is no defense anymore. So you cannot take this pawn. Okay, we have to move f4 now instead of bishop e3. Have to move f4. e5 takes f4, opening up this bishop. So let's say bishop takes f4. And now maybe knight here, going after this square. And if you take it, then the bishop is on a beautiful square. But then you have to worry about f5, f4. Not that clear. Not that clear. So bishop takes f4. Might be an option. Let's see what Stockfish comes up with. Calculates move e takes f4 and knight takes d4. E takes f4 and what? E takes f4, knight takes f4, knight e5, f3. Let's see what the sovereign comes up with. Yeah, I would also play bishop takes f4. And now what? Probably queen here to attack this h3 pawn and also attack the bishop. Yeah, it doesn't seem right here. You kind of, I don't know, you kind of have to give this pawn. But then knight here will come with decisive effect, because f4 hangs the bishop. So probably bishop h3 even. Then queen takes, threatening knight here check. So f4, stopping this. Now the rook is defending this square. But let's see, Stockfish is calculating f5 now, opening up the position. Sorry for that. f5. Threatening to take and take the bishop, and if pawn takes, then rook takes, of course, would attack the bishop. You cannot defend the bishop with the queen like this because of that fork. So you kind of have to go back with the bishop somewhere. And then this knight check will come anyway, followed by this rook check. It looks lost. It looks lost after f5. So let's say we go with the Stockfish line. f5, king h1. Knight e5. Bishop takes e5, d takes e5. But bishop takes e5, d takes e5. Taking with the pawn. Strengthening this pawn here. So maybe now f5, f6 is threatened. So let's see, also queen here is an idea. Queen to h4. Also queen g4 is an idea. So let's say e takes f5, rook takes, okay, we have to move f5. Now king g2 is what the Monarch is calculating, or e takes f5. But it seems pretty lost for white, this position. So yeah, Stockfish is on minus 3.55 and the sovereign is on, yeah, still zeros the game with king g2. King g2 now, most probably, or f3. f3 is now what the sovereign is calculating, f3. What to do after this? Okay, good, the knight is still defending the bishop. Also after pawn takes the rook is defending the bishop. That's not that clear. Probably knight here. And if takes, and this is pretty lost here for white. Just look at the open king. queen here coming, or here rook exchange, the other rook will come to the f file. It's pretty devastating stuff. f3 knight e5. Now immediately is what Stockfish is calculating, and let's again see both evaluations. Stockfish is a minus 4.15 and the Sovereign is still zeros. So, but all the pieces are coming to the king side now. Also now this diagonal is open, so maybe Stockfish will use this diagonal at some point. Maybe with bishop here, or at some point queen there. If you kick the knight, then queen to b6 might be an option. Yeah, opening up lines, opening up files. This is not how to play chess here. Black plays a good game, but white, I don't know. Knight e5, bishop goes back here. Now f takes e4, followed by f takes e4. Probably queen here now, attack this pawn. So let's say king defends. Rook takes, queen takes, rook f8 seems pretty lost here. Rook will come to this square right here, maybe trying to exchange queens. There is no check though. The squares are covered. You can maybe just go back, followed with by rook here, and queen takes there. So let's see what Stockfish comes up with. Yeah, we have to move f takes e4. Now f takes e4 and knight f3 check is what the Sovereign thinks. But I like black's position very much here. Let's see. Yeah, I got exactly Stockfish's line. And then even queen h5 I got right. And after queen h5, Stockfish says, yeah, but this plays itself. Those moves are really kind of playing itself. And you cannot defend here because the queen will infiltrate and pick up the bishop. So this is beyond defending. This is now really terribly lost for white. F takes, and now queen h4, and let's see if the Monarch also sees the danger now. A little bit, but still equals. Evens up. Wait, what? Wait, what? I missed something. Probably, so queen here. If you take the knight, then queen check. Queen check. Yeah, knight check. And it doesn't really matter with what you take, then bishop will take there. And this will be checkmate because the king has nowhere to run. And after rook blocks, then this is checkmate. So this is a very nice piece sacrifice. So queen h4 will most certainly kill white's defenses. There is now no defense anymore to queen h4. So the best line is king g2, takes, the rook comes to the f file, and now this kind of continuation, and white can resign. If you take there, then again queen here I think is good. followed by queen. They are threatening this knight fork. If you take the knight, then bishop takes, threatens checkmate, and if you block this, then the rook comes in, and this will have decisive effect. This check. Also, wait. Yeah, you threaten mate. This would be mate because the rook is covering the entire f-file, including f1. And if you defend against the mate, for example like this, then bishop here will end the game because the king has nowhere to go. This is all covered. And the bishop is giving check, and the only square is to go there, and this is checkmate. So white is falling apart now. Here we have the move king g2. Now rook takes f1, probably followed by rook takes f1. Is there a mate? Stockfish is seeing a mate? No. But also the sovereign now thinks it's not that great of a position he is in. Let's see which depth Stockfish works on. Depth 33. This is depth 10. But also on depth 10 you have to see that this is lost for white. No more defense is possible. Rook takes, rook f8, queen e1, queen h5, bishop to d1. Yeah, this is completely lost for white. The sovereign calculates after this that knight f4 to block this. Now the bishop and the knight and the queen are covering the knight. But what happens if you just play that move? Don't see it. This seems pretty terrible, everything for white. Yeah, white played a bad opening and has to pay the price now for this kind of stuff. I think I showed the most important lines here for both sides. Here we have rook takes, queen takes, and rook f1 probably. The sovereign also doesn't calculate, has a lot of time now. Maybe it just got time here. Let's see if the sovereign also sees the danger now. Yeah. Stockfish is nearly on -6. Yeah, this open king you cannot take with a cheap pawn. This you simply can't take with a cheap pawn. A couple of moves ago. Just watch how the game will finish. Rook f1 now. Black has all his pieces in the attack, and white basically defends with nothing. So There's only a pawn right here and a queen right there, or there for that matter, and the bishop here. This is the only defensive resources white has, facing those kind of pieces here. So 3 versus 5. This should be winning for black. Let's see what the sovereign thinks about his position. Yeah, -1. Now again, what's the sovereign? Okay, -1.6 now. With bishop takes d4. Yeah, would be cool if we see bishop takes d4 here in that game. Queen e1 here and bishop takes d4. Then we would have something like this. Threatens mate and bishop here. It's over. Can block with the knight. Give up the knight. Give up the queen. But this is kind of senseless because it's mate anyway afterwards. Okay, we have this knight check. We have this knight check here. Knight checks the king. Okay, king here. Most probably king h8. Yeah, but it doesn't change anything. Should be a queen there. Check. Queen there threatens this fork. So you kind of... you kind of have to give up this. And then the mate is threatened. And also bishop to d5 checkmate is threatened, so it's over. It's really over. There's nothing to do. Now bishop d1 is now what the sovereign thinks. Plays the move bishop d1, attacks the queen. So we have the move knight here. King to h8 and bishop here. Now rook f3 even. Yeah, this is strong. Threatens this pawn, and if you take it, then queen takes. King here. Maybe knight check. Takes, bishop check. And knight check here will end the game. Because the king has nowhere to run, you have to give up the queen. And now bishop check followed by bishop here, and bishop queen takes bishop is threatened. Maybe white can fight here, but maybe there is even a stronger continuation than knight here. Let's see, rook, queen h1 is what the sovereign is thinking now. Queen h1. The rook is pinned. Very complicated kind of attack. Bishop is still covering that square. No, not this. Bishop is still covering that square here, the g5 square. Knight e5 takes d3 now. Yeah. Everything is falling apart now. Rook here is a threat, so if this, then rook there. If you take the rook, then queen check, followed by knight takes. I don't know, it's close. White is still defending here. Knight takes d3. Also maybe possible is this check. Bishop here is an idea to cover this diagonal, to threaten rook g3 check. So let's see. Knight d5 back is what the Sovereign and Stockfish thinks is a good move. And then knight e1. Knight e1 check. Okay, this check I missed. So let's say knight d5, knight e1 check. If you take it with the queen, then this will lead to checkmate, of course. Yeah, this seems over. Here, king there, queen here, and the king then has nowhere to run after this. It's still close. It's still close. Oh, the king can't go there. The king can't go anywhere. It could go there actually, but then this is checkmate. So finally I got it. Yeah, why not immediately this checkmate? Okay. So knight e1 now. Okay, we have bishop d5. Knight d5 and bishop e5. It's also strong. Now knight here is definitely a threat. So let's put this on the board. The king has... Yeah, well, you kind of have to take it. And now check and mate immediately. We have the move a4, not a3. We have the move a4, which is also a token move. The Sovereign kind of says, okay, I'm resigning. And it's a mate in 14 now. Mate in 13. After g5. What the hell is g5 about? g5. Okay, it basically says, okay, you can't do anything anyway. If you take the rook ever, then this leads to a checkmate. A very beautiful one. Well, this, yeah, checkmate. So, and if you take the rook before instead of this, queen check, let's say king here, yeah, I would go for this sacrifice, bishop check, king there and knight check here. It's the queen. This is what I was calculating. And now queen here check, followed by winning the rook is threatened. So yeah, this is also over. Okay, we have this desperate move by the sovereign. Desperate move, knight here attacking the queen, but you can just take it with the bishop, of course. Rook g3 now, also strong move. Rook g3. Bishop takes f6 is also nice. Okay, let's again see both evaluations. Made in 11 and minus 7.48. Okay, I will end this now because knight takes, because bishop takes f6 is, yeah, just winning a piece. And the attack rages on. After bishop takes f6, I'll resign this game for white. I have a couple of questions there for Stockfish. Okay, let's see what Stockfish has to say about this game. Where did it all went wrong for the sovereign? Okay, plus this was all given till that move, d3, knight here. It's even, still even. Knight d5, now it's not even anymore. Better was the move castles, followed by d6, h3, knight d4, and bishop a4. Yeah, well, black is already better also in this line, so this is kind of okay. The mistake was castles. Bishop d2 was better. Okay, castles. Bishop g4, h3. Now it really went mad. Sovereign really went mad with this g takes. Okay, knight here, bishop here, knight here, pawn here. Pawn takes f4, bishop takes f4, f5. Yeah, this is really mad stuff. Now queen h4. Okay, if you take this, then it's a mate. Then queen g3 check. Yeah. Okay, you don't want to give up the rook, the queen. So this and this leads to checkmate. This is also what I showed. Yeah, now some desperate stuff. Okay, rook takes f1 we have, and now rook here, queen there, queen there. What is if bishop takes d4 now? Then rook f3 threatens the pawn. Bishop here defending. Yeah, okay, bishop here is stupid move. Let's say you go there. Then bishop, new variation. It's a mate in turn, g5 and queen here, checkmate. Okay, d7. Yeah, okay, what happens if you take the rook? This is what I really want to know. Then queen takes f3 check, king here, knight g4 check. Yeah, this is also the line I showed. Okay, you don't want to go here and lose the bishop that way. Queen takes here. Okay, Okay, bishop here. Yeah, nice checkmate here. Okay, knight here, bishop there, h4, g4, and knight here and here. I resigned the game because it's a mate in 12. But okay, black has all pieces in the attack and is up a piece, so it's winning anyway. So thanks for watching and see you next time. Ciao.